Hey guys, Novel Bushid here. Welcome back to your channel. And today I'm joined by my friend Inferno. Say hello, Inferno.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Inferno here.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. So I brought you on here because you are out of all my friends, all the people I know. You are the Insect Glaive. You've been playing Insect Glaive since Monster Hunter 4U, right?
I am indeed. I'm the bug stick expert.
Yeah, indeed. So could you just let everyone know your kind of Monster Hunter experience in general?
Yeah, so I started alongside with you in Try. You put me onto the game when
Yeah,
Try came out on Wii,
yeah.
and yeah,
After I saw Try and I thought this is the best game ever. I had to get you on it. And yeah, I mean, back in those days when we had arenas locally, you used to come to my house. We used to play on my Wii. The Slay some Monsters, man. That was good.
yeah, good old local arena playing, man.
Yeah, yeah. Sidetracked arena does isn't the same anymore. It used to be like the thing. Now, not so much. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe that's a topic for another day. So yeah, sorry. Continue.
But yeah, started in Try, and literally since then I've played every mainline entry. I went from Try 3U, 4 Ultimate, Generations, World, and now Rise. And yeah, now we're just waiting on Wilds.
Yep, we're on Wilds. Yeah, and what weapons do you use generally Monster Hunter? 'Cause you use quite a bit of different weapons out of most of my friends.
Yeah. I do tend to use quite a lot of them, but the main ones I kind of focus on, as we've said, Glaive, that's my main. After that would probably be light bowgun. I'm a big gunner enthusiast. Next then would probably be dual blades, I think.
Ooh, dual blades.
Uh,
Okay. What about
yeah,
short shield,
uh,
man?
yeah. Sword and Shield is up there.
Bro, I remember you from short shield and for you and generations as well.
Yeah, I used to be a lot more on the Sword Shield, but dual blades have kind of overtaken that. But I still do love Sword and Shield. It's still a solid weapon.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's nice. Yeah, it's nice to have a nice variety of weapons.
Yeah, and then those are the main ones really. Then I kind of dabble in other things like hammer, switch axe, uh, occasionally a bit of great sword.
Yeah, yeah, that's
But
cool.
yeah,
Yes, it's nice you have a mix. And I mean, we've been playing together. Like out of all my guys who I play Monster Hunter with, me and you have been pretty much from the start. It's been like try since to now, so like 16 years of
yeah,
hunting together.
so many hours put in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, even back on 3U, where I had it on the Wii U and you had it on the 3DS, you'd come over and we'd actually play locally because 3DS didn't have online.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was cool. I was kind of the veteran then, but when it came to 4U, you were the veteran because I didn't have a 3DS, and then I bought the Monster Hunter 3DS specifically just to play the game, and then
Yeah.
I jumped on with you, and that was pretty damn sick. That was sick.
hmm And yeah, for you, as this video is, we're going to be discussing about, that was the birthplace of the insect glaive.
Uh huh. And yeah, so that's the main topic of today, talking about Insect Glaive, because a lot of people, I don't know, there's been some negativity in the Insect Glaive community, and I know similar happened in Rise, definitely at the start, right? When we saw the Y bug skills, the one that gives you iframes and you retreat, you get the extract and take it back to you, and the other one that gives you more aerial movement. People were quite upset that there was no offensive capabilities for the Insect Glaive, but it turns out both
Mm,
of those are actually quite good when the game came out. Definitely the one that gave you iframes, like it's just a get out of free gel card, right?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like you said at the beginning, everyone was kind of skeptical, but then, we later found out that there's actually something behind these skills. So, we'll discuss that as we go on. But yeah, I'm sure there's a silver lining somewhere in all this IG controversy.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, hopefully there's still some stuff cool for Insect Glaive. I mean, I've seen some really nice stuff. Definitely in the overview, the weapon overview, they showed some really cool stuff. It was the issue about the helicopter, which we'll get into in a bit. But so far, how you feeling about Wild so far? Like, what's your current feeling about the game?
Yeah, I can't lie, man. I'm actually pretty hyped for the game. As you know, I really love World, and this game kind of feels like I know it's not really a direct sequel, but it's kind of continuing on from what World established, and just taking it in a new direction, giving it its own coating and there. So yeah, like I'm totally hyped for this game. I really love Worlds, and from what I've seen so far, yeah, this game is shaping up to be something special.
Yeah, not for real. I think like, at first I wasn't sure how hyped I would be, but then when I started to see the gameplay, because gameplay for me matters a lot in Monster Hunter. Some of my favorite games is Monster Hunter Generations, which is actually my favorite Monster Hunter game because of the variety in gameplay. This game
Peak
might not
gameplay.
come on peak gameplay exactly. Now this game might not have the same variety, but from what I saw, there's some cool combat options there, and that actually excites me quite a lot. And it seems to have that blend of World and Rise, which is what people wanted. They wanted some of the gameplay aspects in Rise, and some of the things they did with the monsters. But they want the more realism and the more fidelity when it comes to World. So both of them coming together, it's going to create a really magical game. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And I think going forward, I just think that's how it's gonna be from now. They kind of can't go back to how it was, before. Now that we've already been used to, the mechanics of Rise and World. So, I think going forward, having a mix of kind of the two styles would be good for the series.
Yeah, I think it's actually for the best. I don't think we need to go back to more basic combat. I think we need to keep it interesting and a bit faster paced and a bit more aggressive, but also it needs to be balanced between not being too over the top, but at least pushing the boundaries a bit. Like that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
But
yeah, definitely. I do like the over the top stuff and that, but I think that should be kept to the portable series, or the second team of games that they usually do.
mm, yeah, that's fair enough. It's nice to have a different experience as you go on because Monster Hunter, I mean, there's been so many games in the series. If you have the same experience every time, it's gonna kind of get dull fast, right? So it's
Mm.
quite good that each game they implement new things like underwater combat in Try. Me and you are Moga boys. From the sea.
Come on,
Um,
Moga Village boys.
Come on. I mean, out of all of our friends, me and you are third gen. Our friend JR, he's fourth, and Shibs, who everyone saw a video of the other day, he's a fifth gen. He started in World, so it's nice that we, you know, we've been there since the third, and it's nice that each generation we've had a different experience completely. Even going in the same generation, 4U to GU, like it's so different,
Yeah, yeah.
and
So,
it's nice to feel that. But yeah, so far, have you seen much about Insect Glaive when it comes to Gamescom?
surprisingly, no. I've been keeping an eye out for more, specific videos on Insect Glaive, but so far I've only seen the one on IGN, I think it was, where they showed some Lance gameplay and then they switched to the Glaive. I've been seeing that. I haven't really seen anyone talking specifically about Glaive or doing videos on that.
Yeah, that's been a bit strange. I was expecting them definitely Capcom to show a bit more of each weapon, but they didn't. They didn't really do that. They never showed the Insect Glaive. They showed the dual blades twice actually, which was a bit surprising on the second day and the third day. And they showed Lance a bit more than I expected too. But then some of the weapons didn't get shown. Like I don't think we saw heavy bowgun. We didn't see Insect Glaive. We didn't see Charge Blade, I believe, on their streams.
Yeah.
Which I think they could have done a better job of kind of highlighting each weapon a bit better. In solo, I think they went on multiplayer hunts a bit too much. Multiplayer is cool, but it's kind of chaotic to really follow what's going on. If it was just one person and they were showing one person play maybe 4 weapons each day. Probably that's not enough to get all 14. Actually, we need about 5 weapons each day, and then we could see old weapons, and then that way people would be satisfied. But yeah, Insect Glaive didn't get too much. So I don't know if you know much of the Insect Glaive controversy.
Yeah, I've heard some things, mainly surrounding the aerial combat.
Yeah, they've taken away the thing they added in World where you can do aerial. I don't know, the helicopter, I guess people called it, where you can bounce off and you can do it 3 times. In Rise, you can do it 3 times. I don't know how many times you can do it in World. I never used it in World.
Yeah, no, that whole bouncing 3 times thing was added in Rise. They kind of really like pushed the aerial combat in Rise, and yeah, they seem to have taken that away now, which a lot of people are quite upset about.
Yeah, and it's interesting actually because they introduced it in World. It was pretty bad in World. It did like no damage. In Rise, they
Yeah,
actually boosted the damage quite a bit. It's quite viable. And now it's gone. And we can speculate why it's gone. I have a couple of reasons maybe why it's gone. Well, we're assuming it's gone. There was one issue where with the Switch Axe, I think it's the SAD or whatever, I can't remember. People didn't know how to use it, but apparently you just had to hold down on the button to use it. So I'm not sure. Maybe there's a different configuration to use this ability, but obviously Capcom haven't showed the weapon much, so we have no idea. Maybe it is gone. Maybe it's just hidden. I'm not sure, right?
yeah. I think you may be right about that with the different controls, because I've been looking on on the website where they're showing the controls for each weapon, and yeah, I've seen like there's some inputs where you have to hold the button down, and that's not really something we've had before. So yeah, some of these moves might just be hidden behind certain different inputs now, or they might be gone entirely. We don't have enough to say for now.
Yeah. But when it comes to Instant Glaive itself, I think the reason they might have taken it away, I mean, it seems like they're going back to 4U Instant Glaive, which yeah, you could jump in the air, but it was mostly focused around the Kinsect and on the ground. When you're attacking in the air, it's not really focused on the Kinsect at all. It's just pretty much just you bouncing about in the air. And I think maybe it's a bit difficult for monsters to track you. A lot of the times, a lot of the times monsters can't really track you that well when you're above them in the air floating about. Their moves don't really transition well to that. And you can take advantage of that. It does become kind of an easy mode. And I'm wondering that's why they might have taken it out possibly, but I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking along the same lines, because yeah, especially when it comes to Rise, how they really buff the aerial combat. So you could spend so much time in the air just bouncing around, and the monster just can't touch you. And I think they didn't like that, and rightly so. I guess you shouldn't be able to just avoid the monster the whole time. There needs to be some engagement between you and the monster. So yeah, I think that's probably why they've kind of toned down the aerial a bit.
Yeah, possibly. It'll be kind of hard to know fully until we get the game in our hands, but that might be the line of their thinking. But in tandem, at least they've added in a lot of things to the Insect Glaive to actually make it more as a whole weapon. Because previously, when you actually played Insect Glaive, to get your extracts, you need to send out your Kinsect, like 3 times to hit certain points. Sometimes it's a bit janky to hit the points, and it's like, ugh, it flies off, the monster moves, you miss, and it's a bit annoying, right? But in
Oh,
this
tell
game,
me about it.
yeah, in this game, it seems like now it's more focused on you sending out the Kinsect while you're using moves, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that's a change I'm really looking forward to. As you said, it has been quite annoying in the past trying to grab your extracts, having to send out your bug 3 times, and sometimes the part you want to hit doesn't register, or it hits the part you aren't intending to. So yeah, being able to grab extracts as you're fighting, that is just perfect for Glaive. That's something Glaive has really been needing.
Yeah, and I think it does make sense because one weapon I think about the most is actually Switch Axe in Similarity, where Switch Axe in the past it's just all about sword mode. No one cared about axe, but coming into Rise, they buffed Axe quite a lot. Like, you could actually just play Axe if you really wanted to. It might not be at the same damage as Sword, but there was a lot more you could do with Axe, which was really cool. They actually made it into a switch axe, not just I guess the sword axe, if you get what I mean.
It's not just a sword here.
Yeah, a sword with an axe. It's the switch axe. It's actually a switch axe, and I think it's similar here where it's not just the glaive. It's actually the Kinsect, with the glaive.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing I've always really wanted them to push as well. Like, I really wanted to be able to actually fight with the Kinsect, not just use it to grab extracts. And we did see an improvement on that in fifth gen. They added the different type of Kinsects. You had like the assist one that will sometimes come out and attack when you do certain attacks. But yeah, it seems like they're really going even more forward with that now, with certain attacks and just having the Kinsect fighting with you and grabbing extracts as well as you're fighting.
Yep, and that's pretty damn cool. I really like that addition to the weapon in this game.
Yeah. It does make me wonder though, like what is gonna happen with the actual Kinsect types going forward. Because if every Kinsect can fight alongside you now, then I don't know if there's any need for different types of Kinsects, and especially if they can all like if you're able to just grab extracts while you're fighting. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna turn out in the game.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I mean, it could be possible that the Kinsects that we've seen them use at the moment have only been offensive ones, and we haven't seen supportive ones and how they work, right?
Yeah, that could be the case as well.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. That's the problem. It's hard to tell. And even when we get the demo, they might only give us one Kinsect, right? So you're not going to get to experiment.
Yeah, exactly. It might be like Rise, where we only had that one Kinsect, and I remember everyone thought Glaive was dead because they were saying, "Oh yeah, the Kinsect is so slow, it's just unplayable," But come to the game, we find out, yeah, there's actually a whole range of different Kinsects. So I'm hoping that's the same case here. It's just the lack of information that we have right now.
Yeah, let's hope. But I think this is a good opportunity for us to start looking at some gameplay and start talking about, we can just discuss while we watch, because there's only pretty much one full video I've seen. I think it's from a Japanese player, but yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Alright guys, we're back, and now we're here watching this video that we found from Gamescom, some Japanese player playing Insect Glaive, and Lance as well, but we're going to skip straight to the Insect Glaive part, because that's what we're talking about today. Let's get this started. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, one quick thing I just have to notice, and I noticed this back in Gamescom when watching footage, is that the monsters need to walk like from zones quite far. So you've seen this Gasuduma, like he's chasing this monster for how far? And in the actual showcase, sometimes they were chasing after the monster for almost 2 minutes. It kind of seemed like it's going to be kind of annoying. I was wondering to chase after the monster to the next area. I'm not sure if they'll fight in the in-between areas, in World and Rise. They don't really fight in the in-between areas, getting to the next sector, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that does seem a bit long, having to chase the monster down, and we know, that they're only gonna fight once they get to a certain area. So it might be quite long chasing them down between areas like that, and especially where this game has a lot bigger maps as well. So yeah, that could get quite annoying.
Yeah, let's hope it's nothing too crazy. But we'll see. We won't know until we actually play the game how we feel. But this is just some observations that we're making right now. No one can really know how it feels until they play the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but let's continue here. Okay, so one thing that was pretty cool that's been added to this game is the actual drinking health. I don't know if you know about that circle, and the health thing, or do you?
The health thing.
This new feature basically where I don't think you can drink herbs in the new games. It's mostly an old game thing. But let's say you can, right? For this example, if your health, you only took a bit of damage. So like if damage was only like a herb worth of damage, the automatic healing system would use a heal instead. When you use the heal, it would use the herb. But if it was a bit more damage, it would use a potion instead. And if it was even more damage, enough for a mega potion, it would use a mega potion. Now, when it comes to max potion, I don't know how they'll deal with that. I'm not sure if it would use a max potion because it has other properties, increasing your max HP and stuff. I don't know about that one, but yes, it's going to be interesting that you can just, it'll help you manage your heals and you won't waste heals this way.
Yeah, that seems like an interesting new quality of life feature. Yeah, using the appropriate amounts of healing for what you need. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like that. And what do you think of the health at the top left? I know that was something that you're hoping to talk about. What's your opinions on it?
Yeah, I actually like this health bar thing that they have going on, and I've noticed as well, like when you get to lower health, it like waves about more frantically. It's kind of like a heart monitor or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah, so I actually really like that.
no, for sure, yeah. I think it's definitely cool the fact that it kind of mimics like the heart monitor, and definitely even when the monster's about to use a big move, it kind of like spikes and goes red, which I think like you're in danger, which I think is cool.
Oh,
But the visual of it, I'm not sure if I love it in the long term, but I like the idea about it. The practicality, I don't know. But one thing I don't like is the fact the HP bars in the new game, they're so small in comparison to they used to be. Like,
yeah.
like I want it to be at least half the screen. Like at least. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I definitely think it should be a bit longer. Like I remember in older games, it was way longer. Like some of them is almost covering the entire like top part of your screen.
Yeah, bro. I remember seeing PSP footage. Like, yeah, it's literally the whole screen, literally.
Yeah,
Which maybe the whole screen is a bit too much, but at least a bit more. I think it'll be fine. Like, come on.
yeah, definitely a bit bigger than it is right now.
Yeah, yeah. But maybe that's just me. But I would like that. But let's continue. Okay.
You see, he's already got a wound there on the
Yep.
monster.
Yep. You got an extract to pull it back. Okay, send it out.
Yeah.
Oh, did you notice something there?
Oh yeah, actually, he got all three extracts with that move there.
Yeah. I was about to say the same thing. So, was that because of the wound? The wound hit?
Yeah, that seems to be a new thing. That's kind of one of the new moves that the Glaive has, interacting with the focus mode probably. And yeah, that's really interesting that you can grab all three now in one go.
Yeah, for sure. I like the application. I mean, it kind of helps the Instaglaive keep in battle because I mean, previously, a lot of times using Instaglaive, you need to, spend like what 20, 30 seconds trying to get all your extract. You're throwing your bug out, you're missing, you you might hit the same spot in accident, like, and the monster's moving around. And thinking about it, if you're playing with multiple people, the monster might be chasing all these other people. It's kind of annoying for Instaglaive users to kind of keep your buffs going in that situation
Yeah,
where everyone else is already just going ram on the monster, right?
yeah, definitely. I think this is one of the parts of Insect Glaive that I was like really hoping they would improve on, and it seems like they have. Because yeah, trying to grab extracts in the middle of your hunt can be pretty annoying. And yeah, so just being able to do this like in the flow of combat is a really good change.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, that move is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a new move right there.
Yeah. And you notice that his weapon glows red, and he glows red by using it. Like, I wonder, like, what's the application of that? Like, why? Like, if this was like Rise or GU, that would kind of look like an art to me. The fact that it glows.
Yeah, it does seem to signify something. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, because Well, we haven't had that before where the hunter is glowing as they're doing their move. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but it does look interesting.
Yeah. Aerial combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
into the mount.
into the mount, yeah. I'm wondering how easy it'll be to mount in this game. Is it going to be like Monster Hunter 4U levels or like, I don't know,
Hopefully not. Hopefully not, because the mountain in that game was kind of crazy.
bro? What, like three or four insect glaive users just jumping up all the time, getting mounts like constantly, like.
Yeah, every second just
The
mounting the monster.
Yep. I remember me, and my Lance was trying to figure out like when do I come into this? Like, come on, bro. Definitely in that game, because when you mounted, hitting the monster was a no. You should not hit the monster.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because if you hit the monster, you get knocked. The person gets knocked off, which is a bit strange. Because I like how they changed it in GU, where hitting the monster actually helps the person mounting, which makes a lot of sense because you're wearing down the monster, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but in GU, obviously they nerfed it, and probably they nerfed it because of aerial style. Otherwise that'd be broken. Like if aerial style had the same easy mounting as in 4U, nah, that'd be crazy.
Nah. Yeah, I'm definitely like, I think yeah, it needs to be toned down with the mountain a bit. Like hopefully it's not on like 4U levels of mountain. They definitely need to kind of tone that back a bit.
Yeah. Hopefully. All right, let's get back into this. Okay. Let's do some mountain.
One thing I know is new as well is where you can actually do weapon attacks while you're mounted on the monster.
Yeah.
They haven't actually. I don't think I've actually seen them do that in any of the clips. But yeah, we know that it's not. It's now not just the finisher. Like you can actually attack with your weapon while you're on it, and then you can still do your finisher after.
Well, he's attacking now. I'm not sure if that's a part of the finisher or if that's a part of him hitting. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it might be because normally, like when you just do it, it's just stabbing with the little knife, isn't it?
Yeah, and look, the prompt at the moment is saying press R1, so that must be the prompt for the finisher. So maybe he was slashing, like you
Yeah.
were talking about. Yeah, but let's continue and have a look. Okay, and that's the finisher.
Spin to win.
Spin to win, and I'm thinking the spin to win is going to be pretty good with like status and elemental attributes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. The more amount of hits you can finish into a shorter time is excellent for status and element.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm also wondering, about the one thing about status and stuff like that. Like, if you accidentally get a paralysis while you're doing this, that's gonna be a pain. That's happened so many times where you get like, let's say you mounted it, and then straight after you get a status effect, and then the mount is kind of useless. Like,
Yeah. I hate when that happens.
yeah, I'm wondering if this game they're gonna buff up like if you status someone after an effect, it like just increases the duration of rule and it doesn't just replace the duration. If you get what I mean, that would be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I do wish they do that, but I don't know. I don't see them actually making a change on that level. But it would be nice.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Okay, so doing that new move, that stab and kick back.
Yeah.
And as we saw, he sends out his Kinsect while he's doing attacks.
Yeah. The insect is a lot more like in the fight with you, actually coming out a lot more in the moves. They did, they did improve that going into 5th gen because we had the different Kinsect types, and like the assist one, for example, it would come out when you do certain attacks. But in this game, they seem to be pushing that a lot more. So it's going to be coming out a lot more when you're fighting, which is good.
Yeah, the only thing is we don't know what type of Kinsect this user has. I mean, at least I don't. Like, it's coming out and doing a lot of damage attacks. Is that because it's got an offensive one? Like, what happens when they got a supportive one? Like, we don't know currently.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Maybe if that's a thing that's gonna be for all Kinsects now, or if it's specifically this Kinsect that he's using.
Yeah,
Um, I would like for it to be a more like universal thing between all Kinsects, because yeah, then it definitely, it really brings out the insect part of the weapon.
yeah. I mean, there could be other things they do for other types. We don't know yet. Um, it would be interesting. Let's say if there was some certain combos or some certain strings or effects that you could do depending on what king set you have, because that would really solidify the interaction of both, right? Like the king set also
Yeah,
changes how you attack in some ways. That would be cool, and your finishes and so on.
yeah, exactly. Like I was saying with the different Kinsect types in fifth gen, so being able to use different effects with the different Kinsects and really pushing on that, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
There's that new move again, and he sent it short and got the three extracts again.
Yep, yep. It did 60 damage when he sent out.
Yeah, that was actually quite a lot of damage for that. I'm wondering if they've actually buffed the damage the Kinsect does as well, seeing as it's more interactive now in this game.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, I mean, it could be because of that, or it could just because it's one of those wounds. But I don't know if you noticed, it literally
True.
just locked onto the wound. Like his reticle straight,
Yeah,
and it just literally went up to the left. Like
yeah. It might be that it can automatically target the wounds now as well.
yeah. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how. I mean, I don't know. Like that's gonna be weird. Definitely, like when you have a lot of wounds, like how does it decide what to lock onto? Did it lock onto that one because he hit it like previously? Like
Mm.
because if you
Yeah, I don't
see,
know. It didn't seem like he specifically targeted like the
he
wound
didn't.
there.
But look at this. So when he stabs forward, here, look, he stabs forward, hits it slightly.
Ah, yeah, I see what you mean.
So
Yeah,
if
maybe it was because of that.
maybe because of where he hit, that's where it goes. I don't know. Yeah, that would be interesting. But what
We'll
happens if
have
you
to
hit?
see.
Yeah, what happens if you hit multiple of them? Like, does it go to all of them? Well, I don't know.
Because I know, like, normally when the Kinsect attacks a monster, it has like a piercing effect. So it might be able to hit multiple wounds at once.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Let's continue.
Oh, there we see the Kinsect flying out again.
Yeah, what was that? It looked green.
I think
No,
he probably grabbed the. But it doesn't show it on the UI. But
no, it didn't.
green is normally for the health extract.
Okay, no, it did. Look, you see, top left.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
And I want to see how much it actually healed him there as well.
Yeah, he had no damage. Well, he had a bit of damage, but
It was a tiny bit. I say it was about like a herb's worth of healing.
yeah, but we don't know. It could have been more than that. He's a max now, so we don't actually know.
True.
But as you can see, as he's attacking, the Kinsect's going out, which is pretty cool. I do like that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay.
Got a part break with the Kinsect there.
Yeah. Oh, there's the move again.
Yeah. It didn't have the red glow on it that time though,
No, I think it did. Wait, let's go back and look.
did it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah, I'm really wondering what that's about.
Yeah, same. And I'm wondering like how strong it is because like I said, that looks like an art to me. But in this game, I'm assuming there is no arts. Meaning you can
Yeah.
just do whatever you want, whenever you want, right?
Hmm.
Is that an issue? Like, I'm wondering, would that be a thing where, because some people said that when it came to Rise of Sunbreak, it was a bit spammy with using arts, and in my opinion, it doesn't really change in games. Like going back to games where you had no arts, you're just pretty much spamming your strongest move anyway. You're doing the strongest thing. It's kind of the same aspect. It's just in those games of arts, you have arts to do those things to spam out.
Yeah, exactly. I think the only difference now really is that the moves they have a cooldown, whereas here they don't. So yeah, people are still going to be using those, the strongest moves or whatever. It's just it doesn't have a cooldown now.
Yeah, so those people saying they'll talk about spamming for Rise of Sunbreak. I wonder how they feel about, let's say, this move. Because it wasn't like he led up to it. He was standing still and then he just used it, right?
Yeah.
So you can just do them whenever you want. And what if he just does it again? Could he literally just go through the whole hunt just doing that same move?
I
Maybe.
mean, it sounds like he should be able to.
Yeah. Because there's no cooldown. There's no type of resource as far as we know when it comes to those moves.
Yeah, the only thing I do know is there was one move I saw on the weapon overview on the website where showing all the controls and that. There was one move they did mention where you use it and it ends your enhanced state, but if you hit it, then it will grab the extracts for you again and kind of continue it for you. So it's one of those like high risk, high reward things.
Yeah, no, not true. Yeah, I guess it's definitely like that. That's gonna be interesting. I like those reward things and the risk, like doing certain things, and there's a risk of missing or making mistakes. Now, I don't know if you've heard, because in this game there's some weapons that have actually gone against that rhetoric. Let's say longsword and dual blades. Have you heard about this?
Mm. Yeah, I did notice with the in the greatsword video that they put out. I remember there's a point where the hunter is charging and then they turn around as they're going to hit the monster. And that part, I don't know how I feel about that because it kind of takes away that whole that commitment gambit, I guess, in the play style of the weapon. And I think that's a core part of Monster Hunter, knowing when to attack, knowing which moves to commit to.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 100%. And that was one of the things. Yeah, you're right. And it's that I said this as well when I first saw it. I didn't like it. Honestly, it made me think a bit mixed about focus mode. Right now, I like the idea of it. I think it makes sense being able to kind of move around a bit slower but more focused in the way you're moving and the weak spots. That sounds cool in theory. In practice, I'm not sure because when I saw that great stuff, I didn't like it. As you say, it takes away from how the weapon has been and how the weapon is. It's all about timing. It's all about being precise and understanding the monster. Like if there's two weapons that I think that you need to understand the monster the most, it's greatsword and hammer. Because both of them are slower hitting moves, and you need to know where the monster's going to be, how they turn, how they move, and so on.
yeah, exactly. And if you're just allowing players to kind of correct their mistakes, so to say, like that, then it kind of takes away from the identity of the weapon.
Yeah, 100%. And focus mode doesn't seem to have any type of cooldown. You can just kind of go in and out of it. So there's a trigger that you can either hold to stay in it and come out of it, or just press and to get into it and out of it. I don't know. Like it would be interesting if when you get hit in focus mode, maybe you take extra damage or something. I don't know. Maybe not. But it just seems a bit. For some weapons, it seemed a bit strange. Now another thing when it came to longsword, which is what I was alluding to, longsword now, the helm splitter, right?
Yeah.
So in the previous games, when you do helm splitter and you start it, you can't stop. But now in this game, when you're in midair at the top, the highest peak, you can just not finish the move. You can just drop down. Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. So you don't have to commit to the follow up. And I'm assuming, I can't remember, but I'm assuming you don't lose your gauge because normally you use your gauge when you use the move, right?
Yeah, yeah. Normally it takes you down. I can't remember if it's one level or all of them,
I think it's
but
one.
yeah,
I think it's one. And I think it's that commitment thing, right? They're not making you commit to your mistakes or to the moves you made, and that's a problem. That's some of the actual appeal of Monster Hunter, right? You're committing to what you've pressed. It is what you've pressed. You have to commit to it. You're stuck in you're stuck in the frames of it until it's finished, and then you can do what you need to do. You can't just
yeah,
correct it midway, which we'll see how bad or good that does for the game. I know some people might like it because it might feel like, okay, now I can play my weapon a bit easier, but it's do you really want to play your weapon easier? Like, do we need so much convenience? I don't know. Like, some convenience is
yeah.
good.
That's the problem, innit? You don't want it to be too easy for everyone, you know.
Yeah,
And
there needs to be repercussions when you swing a weapon. I shouldn't just be allowed to, also, I don't know, dodge at the same time. Like that would be ridiculous. But for example, that's just obviously a bigger example, but that's just an example. You shouldn't be able to do that type of stuff. You should commit. If I'm gonna swing, I'm swinging. If I'm gonna dodge, I'm dodging. Like that kind of stuff, right?
yeah, exactly.
Um,
Well, it seems like that's kind of what they're pushing, at least with some weapons, like with longsword, you mentioned.
yeah,
Seems like that's how they're going.
yeah. And another one is dual blades. When you use that move where you swing your swords a lot, something demon dance or something.
Oh, the demon dance, yeah.
Yeah, that one. When you've done that, now you can dodge in the middle of it. And I remember back in 3U, if I'm using that move, it's my strongest move. If I'm using it, I'm stuck in that frame because it's a long lasting move. I only use it when I've got time to use it. Dual Blades
Yeah,
is already a fast using weapon. If they want to commit to a strong move, they need to commit.
yeah, exactly. That's part of the intricacy of dual blades is you're able to move about and attack so quickly and freely, but it's knowing when to commit to your higher damaging moves and when to dodge and that. So that is kind of worrying, I guess, if you're able to just you know opt out of your commitments so easily.
Yeah, I think this is another. It's also a byproduct of monsters. Monsters are much easier to hit now, like in comparison to the previous games. I guess because of the movement options are limited, right? It's harder to hit. It's
Yeah,
harder to get in. If you do get in, and it's harder to trip them, which is a big thing. When they're tripped, when they're on the ground, when they're trapped, whatever, that's when you're like, okay, guys, it's ready. Let's go in. Use our biggest moves, use our biggest arts, whatever.
yeah,
Um, in comparison to now, where you can use them whenever you want because the chance is always okay. If I mess up, I can just dodge out, and you can trip monsters more often now. So those opportunities where it's like, okay, let's do the burst damage. It's not there as it used to be. Which
which is
yeah,
yeah, that's a bit worrying, but we'll have to see to what extent this whole focus mode stuff really goes.
yeah. When we play the game, let's not, this is us still talking. We don't actually know yet. We'll see when we actually play the game.
Yeah,
Yep. You ready to continue?
yeah.
Okay. That move again. He does it twice. He does it
Yeah,
twice.
he did that, yeah, in quick succession there. So I guess it is something you can just keep using.
Yeah. And if that turns out to be a really strong move, imagine just spam that for the whole hunt. I don't know.
I imagine that will become the new like bread and butter combo of the glaive.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Let's go on. Okay. All right. Jump.
Oh, and we have that returning move from World, that little diving thing. But it does look a bit different though, because in World, after you see that part when he spins around,
Yeah.
I feel like in World, it was like it went out a bit further. I know maybe I'm just remembering wrong, but I feel like it went out a bit further, and
Mm.
the actual slash itself was a bit different, where like the animation was a bit different. It felt
Yeah.
like more of a horizontal slice, so this one is kind of angled a bit more.
Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know if that has anything to do with skills. Did he go further because of what? A fade distance, maybe?
No, no, it was just how the move was.
Okay. I also noticed how his weapon went red again for this move.
Yeah, I really want to know what this red glow means.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Bit strange. It is a bit strange. One off topic. You know the counter. So there's no counter, but when you start a quest, there's a counter, right?
Yeah.
What happens when it gets to 0? Like, because it's just seamless, right? You just enter quest, you get out of quest. Like when it gets to 0, what, the monster's just gonna randomly just run away, or I don't know. Like, what's gonna happen? I wonder.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We might have to spend the entire time just doing nothing and wait for the quest timer to run out to find out what happens.
Bro, I mean, to be honest, if Dire Morales was in this game, you need the whole 50 minutes to kill him anyway. So, like, we'll just do that, innit? We'll just do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right, let's get on. Let's go on. Okay, some aerial hits. I'm not really sure
Another
why he's doing this though.
returning move, the downward spiral.
Yeah, like, what's his aim here? He's just randomly throwing it out.
Yeah, I don't know why he's just doing it into empty space here.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, did you see that? I think he jumped backwards. I think I saw this Gaijin Hunter talk about this. You see that?
So let me see.
He vaulted backwards. No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
here.
I
Look
see
at
what
this.
you
Look at
mean.
this here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I feel like that's something you've been able to do before.
Really?
In fifth gen at least. I feel like you can vault backwards.
I thought you can only jump up, unless I'm stupid.
Maybe they have like kind of changed it like to more like horizontally, but I feel like you could go backwards before.
Okay, that's cool then. Nice swings. Okay.
Oh, and then he's changed.
Yep, trade to Lance. I mean, I'd love to talk about Lance, guys, but this is a Glaive episode, so I think around here, I think I saw he turns back. Yep.
Yeah, there is another part.
Oh, what do you think of this new monster, by the way? Ray. I'll come up with his name.
Radar.
Yeah, Radar. What do you think of Radar?
I mean, bro, just look at that. Look at that shot right there. Look at the patterns on his skin and everything. Like he just looks amazing.
Yeah, you're right. The patterns do look really cool, and I like that he's a lightning monster. You know, I love lightning, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we always need more lightning monsters, and this guy, he looks to be something special. I really like this guy.
Yeah, same. I don't know if you've seen his zone, like his area where he rests. Have you seen it?
No.
It's really cool. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I recommend. Maybe when we get the game, you'll see it. That would be really cool.
I think I might just leave that till I see it in the actual game.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh.
Yeah, this guy looks.
Pow.
Yeah, that I love that attack. He's got that railgun shot coming out of his head.
Yeah, man. IRL railgun, man.
Yeah. I love in Monster Hunter how they can take certain concepts and just like fit it into a monster so seamlessly. It's really cool.
Yo, one thing is, I can't remember the small guy's. Do you know the small guy's name? The frog?
That's Chatacabra.
You're pretty good with these names, man. You've always been good with names, to be honest.
Come on, man. You gotta put some respect on their names.
Yeah, for real. I thought this Dosh guy was the weakest monster, but this guy just got beaten by him.
Yeah, it seems like the Chakabra is gonna be the weaker one in this.
That is rough. That's
like
like
he does look kind of like a lower rank beginner kind of monster.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're definitely right. But he couldn't beat. None of these guys could beat Jaggi though. No way.
Nah, the greatest Jaggi,
Oh, but bro, Greater Jaggi's beating everyone out here. Ain't no chance.
the strongest monster in all of Monster Hunter.
Come on, G rank Jaggi, take you out.
Yo, yo.
Guy's insane. Right. Okay, got the white extract. One thing I'm worried about is all these. You see these little monsters chomping him down. I'm just worried about all these monsters being annoying in this game. Like, god damn.
I know, man. I know small monsters can get really annoying in these games. But one thing I do like though is that he's actually attacking the large monster as well, not just the hunter the entire time.
True. Which I mean, that is pretty helpful. But I'm imagining speedrunners are gonna hate that. Like,
Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare for them.
bro, like imagine trying to do your best time and one of these monsters just get in your way, like chomping down on the monster and then just make them flinch and you miss your move or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how speedrunners are gonna feel about this game. Honestly, I don't know because it's gonna be too
They'll
big.
find a way. They always find a way somehow.
But bro, the the sandstorms and the change. I can't remember what it's called. The different mode. Apparently, it's random. The timing of that's random. So it's
That
just
might be a big problem for them.
yeah, it's just gonna fuck up speedrunners entirely because randomly it could just happen faster than another game. How they can't like consider that in their calculations if that's the case.
Yeah.
Like random stuff, random factors for speedrunner or anyone trying to do competitive stuff is always a problem.
Yeah, because they really like to control every aspect of the hunt. So yeah, that could be very problematic for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be good for like a first experience. Repeated experiences, I wonder, because imagine we're just out hunting, and then literally straight away we got a sandstorm, and we're like, "Come on, man!" Like,
Yeah, I was thinking that like even for like us, like more casual players, like it seems like a cool thing at first, but you know, after we've put like 100 hours into the game or so, like, you know, I imagine we might get pretty tired of it eventually.
yeah, I think it's a good mechanic for more. So I wouldn't consider us casuals because casuals don't put in 1,000 hours in Monster Hunter. They don't do that. Casuals are the people.
I say casual in comparison to speedrunners.
Yeah, you're right. But like casual people for me are people who just like play the game, beat the story, and like, okay, I'm good, I'm done. You know,
Yeah.
when's the expansion? And for those people, yeah, that's gonna be cool. For the people who keep playing, I don't know. I guess we need to see.
Yeah.
Right, let's continue. Big hit. Oh, the other monster joined in.
And we can see the health bar going crazy there as he was lower health.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it healed as fast as in Rise. It did give that.
Remember,
It did give a bit of an initial heal. Remember they added that in Rise, where you get an initial heal and then you get a bigger heal the longer you hold it. But I didn't really like that you could heal too much in Rise because it makes skills like I think it's recovery level not as useful.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah, because that skill is purposely for you to increase your healing abilities, and people aren't going to run it if healing is already pretty damn good.
Yeah, they might need to buff that skill up or tone down the healing a bit.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Yep, did that move.
And if you go back to that part as well,
Go back, did you say?
yeah, go back to that diving part again.
Yeah, that's about here.
Yeah, I don't know if you see, like as he did the spin around at the end of it, he grabbed a red extract there.
Oh, you're right. And he grabbed 2. Does it normally fill up both of them?
No, it should be 1 normally. I don't know why he grabbed 2 there. Maybe because it hit the Balahora as well.
Yeah, maybe. What was it that hit Kinsect?
Yeah, because the Kinsect comes out at the end of that attack as well.
Yeah, you're right. It does. That's very cool.
Yeah. It's like we were saying, being able to grab extracts as you're hunting is really cool.
It's awesome, man. Oh, has to chase him down again. Okay, here we are. So one big thing that people were complaining about was the non-aerial thing, right? What do you think about that so far, just from seeing the gameplay? I think he's been jumping up a lot, and he's just coming down, pretty much similar to For You. How do you feel about missing that type of move in this game?
You know what? For me, someone who's coming from For You, like since the weapon came out, I've been playing with it ever since. So back then, obviously, it didn't have all of this fancy aerial stuff. So I'm actually okay with that. Like I've always been more of a grounded play style with Glaive anyway. So yeah, I understand why people are upset about that not being in this, but me personally, I'm fine with that as long as they've given it more ground stuff, which they have. So yeah.
Yeah. I also agree with your opinion. Oh, yep, he sent that. He sent it out. He got his extracts.
Oh, yeah, he got 2 extracts there, the red and the white.
Did you see that?
That was weird,
bro. It's like he just like auto corrected and just grabbed him onto the monster. Like the hell, bro.
He just latched on like from miles away there.
God damn, yeah, man. It's like that, in Super Mario 64. It's like that guy, the guy at the camera. Like it's just like you're moving too fast for him to catch up.
He had to bring you back into place. Like he forced you back into place there,
bro. I mean, it's interesting.
I don't know if the final hit even actually hit the monster there. Like it didn't look like it hit, but he still got like sucked onto the monster.
Yeah, you're right. Let's have a look. No, he didn't hit any of the hits.
That looked like it didn't hit at all.
It didn't. It only hit when he started to grab him into the move, into the spot. That's weird.
Then. Like how is that working then?
Is it just like it's literally just because he's in the vicinity?
Wow.
Wait, did he focus? Maybe he like pressed, I don't know, focus mode thing and then grabbed on. I don't know, but that's weird still, right?
Yeah, I think that might be the only explanation, because I don't see how you're just latching onto it without even actually hitting it.
It kind of reminds me even worse than Monster Hunter Gen and 4, where you hit the monster, they go on the floor, and then you get a cutscene, but then you jump on top. Like,
oh yeah,
it reminds me of that, but even weirder. Because at least you can explain that by limitations. I can't explain this.
Yeah, this one's just weird. Like, just no hit mountain.
The fuck? It might be a bug. Who knows? But that was strange.
Yeah, it seems like something they might need to iron out there.
Okay, do some stabbing.
I want to see more of the weapon attacks while you're mounted.
Yeah, same. And also, I don't know if you noticed, this bottom left, you see this, his icon, it's like glowing and spinning. I don't know what that's about. Is that because he's mounted, is ready?
Yeah, what is that icon even?
Yeah, look, it's spinning. Look, it's glowing now. It's glowing even harder and harder. Like saying it's ready. Look, now it's red. Yeah, I think it's the status. Look, he comes off and now it's gone. Yeah, it's the status.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. New attack there, and then the triple extract.
Yeah, but
Man, that
bro,
move looks so cool.
it does. It took off 2 of the wounds. If you just look, you see that?
Yeah, it did.
One of them did 20, one did 40. And remember that before we saw one that did 60. So does it depend on where the wound is or how big the wound is?
Mm. They might factor in, like with the hit zones, the weak spots. They might factor the Kinsect into that now as well.
Yeah, maybe because I imagine just above his back, lower back, that would be a hard spot, and the top back would probably be a more weaker spot, which is the 40 came from. And I think the
Yeah,
60 came from his side, like his arm, which makes sense.
yeah, because it does pierce through the monster.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, if you pierce through the whole monster and they got loads of wounds, you can literally get all of the damage all at once. That's crazy.
That would be crazy damage.
Yeah, man. Well, so Insta Glaive Partbreaker is the meta, yeah?
Yeah, it's looking so.
Damn, okay. I like them bringing in new skills.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
What was that fire?
Wait, go back.
Or maybe that was just the Palico. Yeah, the Palico's bomb.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that? It does hit his skirt or
Poor Seikret, man.
Baker. Yeah, that's it. So you know all the words. But yeah, you can. Yes, they actually got friendly fire. Okay, not bad.
Man, he's just catching your stray hits.
Yeah, man. Alright, more
And here we
chasing
go,
down.
chasing down again.
Yep. Lucky, I don't think it's too far, but definitely if they're limping, right?
Yeah.
Look, we don't know how long it took him to get here, but who knows? Who knows? Alright, let's continue. Yep, Mario hits. Yep, you see the finish of that
Ooh,
move.
and they've actually shown, yeah, the aerial vault thing. And we saw that he didn't bounce up after the last hit there.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, like, if there'll be any other type of like alterations, like when you use the move. Is there any other things you can do after now instead, or is it just literally completely gone?
Yeah, it makes me wonder, like, how useful the move will actually be then in that case.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame, but yeah, I understand. I understand when people are upset, but yeah, I guess you're just gonna have to get used to playing it on grounded for the most part.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, I'm not seeing much of a reason to jump up apart from I don't know. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, other than maybe if you're trying to go for a mount or something, or maybe just for repositioning. But yeah, I don't see much combat purpose for that move.
Yeah, same. It's a shame, but it is what it is. That looks a bit new. Okay, another
Oh
one
no,
joined
that.
in.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry? Did you say something?
No, no, no. I thought you were gonna say something.
No. Okay. And he changed weapons. Okay. That's the last pit for that. But a couple more things. Yeah, I'm just wondering if like I say, Partbreaker is gonna be a big thing where because look, I don't know if there's gonna be some type of cooldown and how often you can do that because he did it quite a lot in this hunt, right?
Yeah.
But like, I'm just imagining one thing you could do is one Partbreaker, get a lot of parts broken and wounds. Well, I don't even know if Partbreaker adds into these wounds, but let's assume it does. And then from there, you can just literally spam out that move just to hit all of the part broken, and you're just
And
gonna
just
do.
pop all of the wounds at once.
Yes, exactly. That could be something people do. I don't know. But a quick thing, what do you think about mantles?
Mantles. In WoD, to be honest, I didn't really use mantles that much. So, it's cool that they're back, but I think some of them do need to be toned back a bit, namely like Rocksteady Mantle and the temporal mantle.
Yep.
Yeah, some of those were a bit crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then you can just after you use one, you can just go into the other. So you got a decent amount of time. Free, no hits, pretty much. Just go wham.
Yeah, yeah,
So
definitely needs to bring that down a bit.
yeah, we'll see. It'll be nice if there's more like utility rather than big systems.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think that's how they should handle the mantles, really. Make them more for utility purposes rather than, like combat application.
yeah, 100%.
Like the ghillie mantle is a good example of that, it's just for stealthing around, and then as soon as you enter combat, it breaks or it goes on cooldown.
Did you see about the stealth attacks?
Yeah, I know about the stealth attacks. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean that's gonna make the ghillie mantle like really useful in this game.
yeah. For that initial attack, it's gonna be pretty cool.
I imagine with greatsword especially, like being able to get your charge shot before the monster even notices you.
Yeah, bro, that's gonna be crazy. A nice start to your just your hunt. Definitely be at 4 greatsword users, right? All gillied.
Oh, you could
Jesus,
probably break apart instantly.
bro, and then go straight into the finisher thing. I'm also wondering every time they've done one of those finishers, and I'm worried about this. Every time they've done one of these finishers, look, the monster's flinched every single time.
Mm,
I'm worried if it's going to be a case where 4 people, loads of things, it's just going to be flinching all the time because every single second someone's popping one of them.
yeah, I mean they have to have accounted for that surely, because yeah, otherwise the monster won't even get to play.
Bro, exactly. It's not Monster Hunter, it'll be just Hunter.
Just Hunter.
Hunter. Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Basically. Alright. Well, that's pretty much the end of this section of Insect Glaive. Pretty cool.
Yeah. And so we got to see a lot of new interactivity with the Kinsect. The Kinsect was really coming out and attacking a lot with the Hunter there.
Yeah, it was great. And one more thing I want to show you. You knew about this, right? Grabbing a bomb.
Oh, yes. Yes, this is a change I'm really excited for. I love this.
Yeah, same. But the only thing, I mean, look at the damage. So, like 88 damage normal, 176 because of I guess the throw does a bit more damage and also the wake up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm just wondering, like, as the throw doesn't do any more damage, so it's just the wake up. I'm just wondering, bombs are pretty useless. Definitely late game. Like, they do, like, think of it this way. Like, let's take Sunbreak, for example. It's not even a Sunbreak, it's pretty much all games. Well, in 5th gen at least. Each bomb does about 300 damage. You get 2 bombs each, that's 600. Yeah. There's 4 of you, 600 times 4, that's 2,400. And then after that, the one hit wake up bomb would do another 300 to 2,700 damage. And the setup takes you about 10 seconds for like a good team, 15 for like maybe like a unorganized team.
Yeah.
In those 10 seconds, 15 seconds, you could do so much damage. Like Greatsword does like 4,000 damage in like one hit. Like, bro, like bombs just need a buff. Like they're not doing anywhere near enough damage to make up for the time it takes to set up to use the bombs.
Yeah, for real, man. Especially, as you get into like later ranks, high rank, G rank, yeah, the damage really falls off when it comes to those parts. So, yeah, but bombs need a buff for sure.
Yeah, Bombardier, bombs in general. Like I don't know what they're gonna do, but it needs something. Because sleep bombing is literally, it's not a thing anymore. Like it hasn't been a thing since, in my opinion, it hasn't been a thing since 3U. 3U was peak sleep bombing. We used to sleep bomb the shit out of Electron.
Man.
We used to sleep bomb the shit out of Electron, man.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, it's such a shame because that was so fun being able to keep sleep bombing them like that.
Yeah, man. And I still do it I've done it in Rise a bit. I've done it in GU when I fight Kirin. I specifically use sleep because Kirin is a bit too hard to hit, so I use a sword shield.
Yeah.
put him to sleep, bomb him up. But there's just not enough. That status in general needs a buff. But that's for another episode. I've got a lot of thoughts on status. But
It does. Yeah. We saw some interesting new stuff there, but yeah, I just wish we had more stuff to go on.
yeah. And overall, are you worried about Insect Glaive? Or are you thinking it might be in a good spot?
Um, I'm not worried. No, I won't say I'm worried. I'm not one of those people that's too upset about the removed aerial combat because I've always been more of a grounded play style with Glaive, and it seems like they've really given that some more stuff. Especially with the Kinsect fighting with you, grabbing extracts. So if we're losing aerial combat, but we're getting that in place of it, then I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
I do understand though why people would be upset about losing the aerial stuff.
I think definitely people who started playing Insect Glaive in 5th gen, they're gonna feel it more than people who started in 4th, right?
Yeah, it's gonna hurt them the most.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But a couple last questions just before we wrap up. I had a question actually from one of my subscribers, which I want to go through on YouTube. Just give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
My username was already taken. Says interesting name. I'm actually interested in what Insect Glaive mains are thinking so far. I've been playing Mouse Hunter for you. Can't really learn the Insect Glaive since it's one of the few melee weapons that I'm not proficient with, and I've been really enjoying it so far. We're really enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to trying out in World and Wilds when it comes out. World and Wilds, okay. And I'm really interested in what Insect Glaive mains think right now. And yeah, from what you said, you're fine overall. One of the instigators for me to make this video in the first place was one of my subs, Anthony. He's been coming to like every live stream, and he's been crying about Insect Glaive, saying Nova, they killed Insect Glaive, they killed it.
I remember seeing him in the games in one of your Gamescom streams. He was crying about that.
Yeah. So shout out to Anthony, and I'm sorry, my guy.
Yeah, shout out Anthony. Hey, don't worry, my guy. Look, it may not be everything you want, but I'm sure they have something for us there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw some cool stuff. Grabbing all the extracts, that's gonna do a lot for the weapon. Like, why am I spending like the first 30 seconds of a hunt trying to start the hunt? Like, everyone else is already swinging.
Literally, that was one of the most annoying parts. So, yeah, you have that at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I think that's a big. People are underestimating how much of a DPS boost that is. Not by just the DPS, but actually this time it saves you to do DPS, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. That saves so much time, and yeah, just because of that, you're gonna see your damage output go up so much.
Yeah, and I could imagine Partbreaker be a big thing for Insect Glaive because you want to break parts fast, so you can get the wounds, get your extracts straight away. So start hitting extracts. You don't even need to think. And then when you're in combat, you always have those wounds, so you can just keep extracts as fast as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
We have another thing here from Soa, the Orange Juice mascot, 5809. It's always nice to see him. Always in my streams, him or her. If the pole dance is very, very strong, like Greatsword Charge Slash or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate Lance Charge Thrust, then that would really kill its combo-centric playstyle. I like Insect Glaive. Felt like a longer SNS, but I don't want to lose that. Interesting. So
they're saying what the spin to win move, is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, I guess they're worried about certain moves being so strong, people focus on using them rather than using the actual kit of the Insect Glaive.
I don't know, because that move is just a mounted finisher, isn't it?
Yes, and even I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm gonna try. Liguan? I said it's totally wrong. But yes, my boy in the chat, he said that's just the mountain finisher. Combo-centric playstyle is still the same, if not greater depth now that they've taken away the aerial bouncing combo from the looks of it. Well, he agrees with you and me.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be too worried about that spin to win thing. It's literally just a mounted finisher. It's not like you're gonna be using that every second of the hunt.
Yeah,
Like you might even use that probably what twice at most in the hunt.
yeah, 100%. And I think the shift in instant glaive now is less easy mode. Because no offense, I mean, even I abused it in Rise. Flying was easy. I was just swinging and doing damage just fine. But on the ground, I wasn't really the best because I didn't really know the weapon like that. This weapon now is going to be more about actually playing the weapon properly on the ground with a Kinsect, and I think that's the shift. And people might not like that because they like being in the air. I understand
Yeah,
that, but being in the air, you're pretty much just pressing two buttons. You're pressing in Rise, I think you're pressing B to use the move, B, and I think it was like ZR or something, and then you're pressing A, or I can't remember what buttons you're pressing. You're pressing something to
yeah.
keep
It's normally
bouncing.
the A button to do the bounce.
Yeah, exactly. So and then you just keep on doing it. And then when then you do your dive, and then you go back and you do it again. The hardest thing is just avoiding getting hit by the monsters while you're doing it, which isn't too hard. Um, but it depends on the
Yeah,
monster.
maybe it's because I've been playing Glaive since for you, and back then it didn't have all these fancy aerial things, so maybe that's why I'm more okay with going back to a more grounded play style. But yeah, like honestly, like yeah, I get people are upset, but just keep an open mind about it. I think you really enjoy the grounded play style of Glaive and what it has to offer.
Yeah, I think also one thing about Instaglaive is that actually not what Instaglaive. One thing that's actually interesting about the game is the fact they did actually decide to take this away from Instaglaive, but they never really take anything away from Longsword. What's up with that? I mean,
Hey man,
I'm just from being
it's their
fair, right?
favorite weapon, isn't it?
It probably is, but just by being fair, they'll both of these differences were introduced in the same gen, the same game. So what about Longsword? What's it losing? It's not losing anything. It's gaining. So
Yeah.
because you're talking about more, grounded and going back to what used to be. Imagine if Longsword went back to used to be. People would riot,
Oh no, yeah, no one would play if it was like it was back then.
bro. It would just be me. I'm telling you, it would just be me.
Yeah,
All of us,
yeah,
old heads, they'll be banging the longsword. All of the world plus, nah. I'm telling you, Sips would drop longsword. Frame one,
yeah.
he is not playing longsword.
Instantly frame one.
Frame one, he could not handle longsword. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. Fifth gen longsword users, they could not handle longsword. They could not, because they you'd have to dodge through
Yeah,
everything
nah.
with evasion properly. You can't just IU slash or whatever. All right,
Yeah,
it's not
no,
possible.
no
Oh,
free counters and all this
none of
stuff.
that. None of that. Perfect positioning, dodging through with evasion perfectly. You need to play like that. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, longsword back then was more fitting of your name. It was more like a Bushido weapon. You actually had to be a Bushido using longsword back then.
Yeah, man. But what can I say, man? Things change. Things change, and guess people change with them, and that's why I don't play the weapon anymore. But
Yeah.
two last questions from me to you.
Hmm.
What skills could you see Insect Glaive now bringing new into this game? Is there anything new? Maybe not, because it's kind of hard to say. But
Hmm. Well, like you said, I think Partbreaker. I think that's definitely one to keep an eye out for. That might just apply to every weapon, though. With the whole wounds and focus mode.
yeah,
But maybe now that it's going back to a more grounded playstyle, maybe you might consider more evasion skills.
yeah, yeah.
And especially because it seems like Glaive doesn't have a counter like most other weapons do, so you actually have to rely on your dodging and positioning. So yeah, maybe evasion skills will help out with that.
But one thing I think it doesn't need anymore is stamina skills. That's pretty much no longer needed.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Now that there's less aerial stuff, you don't need stamina like that anymore.
Mm-hmm. And Insect Glaive already has a built-in earplugs with the white extract, so that's quite
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Cool. And my last question to you is: what is your favorite Insect Glaive game? Like for Insect Glaive, what was your favorite game to use it in?
Oh man, it has to be for you. The game it came out in. Because let me tell you, yeah, like Glaive when it came out was busted.
Yeah, I
It was
know.
busted.
I remember. Pretty much everybody's using Insect Glaive. You see all these people hopping up and getting mounts like constantly,
Yep. Yep.
bro.
Yeah, man. Like, oh man, I had so much fun with Glaive before. Yeah, it was a bit too overpowered, but man, yeah, that was the most fun I've had with Glaive.
Cool. That's awesome, man. That's nice to hear. But I don't know if you have any questions you want to ask me before you end.
Just how are you feeling about the game overall so far?
Yeah, like I was saying, at first I wasn't sure what to feel because I like the gameplay. I love the gameplay in GU, and um I also love the gameplay in Rise and Sunbreak. Not to the extent of GU, a bit less. Um,
Mm.
but and going to World from GU was a bit of a bummer for me. And not having styles and arts was a big. I know people say going from World to Rise was a downgrade for them, but for me, a bigger downgrade was going from GU to World without arts and styles, because arts and styles was everything to me. Like it was literally everything to me.
Yeah, that
Like
was a big hit.
and going back from having all these different ways, 6 different ways to play each weapon, to playing one style with just poke with my lance, like that was a no.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I just couldn't really enjoy it as much. So but in this game, so I was worried. But then they started to show more abilities and more cool stuff and more interesting stuff to the gameplay. I was seeing Lance shield bashing in the face. I saw Gun Lance just going crazy with their combos and how they shoot and mixing stuff together, and two Wyvern stakes. Like,
Yeah, man, Gunlance was looking kind of nice in this game, can't lie.
bro, Gun Lance, Hunting Horn looking amazing. I think those weapons are looking amazing. Okay, Lance is looking amazing for Lance mains, but I think everyone kind of agrees that Gun Lance is just looking amazing across the board.
Yeah,
And then yeah, Hunting Horns looking fantastic. Short Shield, I'm not too sure, honestly. I might be kind of skeptical. My favorite Short Shield is still G for Short Shield. I think it was something special.
hell yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever get back to that, and we probably not until they bring back oils. But who knows?
Yeah, I guess that kind of just leads me into my last question then. Are there any new weapons you're thinking of picking up for Wilds?
Ooh, for Wilds. Um, I was thinking of playing bow for once, seeing what it's like. The bow did kind of seem pretty cool.
Mm, gonna join the gunner side, yeah?
Yeah. I figured I'll try bow, see what it's like. Not just bow
Okay.
though. I think I don't know. Apart from bow, because I kind of play all the Blade Master's weapons already to some extent. But I think I'm gonna
True.
give Dual Blades a try again, because I haven't played Dual Blades properly since 3U.
Okay.
In
Okay.
3U, Bushido Blades, me crazy.
Oh yeah.
Those
I
blades are made
remember
for
you
me.
with those blades.
Bro, those
Yeah.
blades are made for me. The blast, the purple sharpness. If you had awakening, whoo! I think it was 414 damage. The blast was crazy. I think the blast was like
Crazy.
180 something, but for dual blades that was so much. And you're just going ham. Like things are blowing up like all the time. It was too good. It was way too good.
Who knows? We might see a return of the Bushido blades.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I like those weapons where I don't know. Awakening has come and gone. Like it wasn't in GU, it wasn't World, it wasn't in Rise. So it's weird scale, but I like those weapons where you need to, if you invest Awakening, if you invest Sharpening, Handicraft, the weapon becomes busted. Like it just like awakens
Yeah.
into its true form. I love that idea.
Yeah, I think that's a good compromise, like you have to invest a lot into it, but if you do, you get a really good weapon out of it.
Yeah, and that was the Bushido Blades, because if you didn't invest, I think maybe got a little tiny bit of purple and a little tiny bit of white, and then after a couple hits, it's literally you're green, so it was useless, and you had no status or element, so it wasn't a good
Yeah.
weapon. But when you got Awakening and you got a bit of handicraft, the purple came in, it was perfect, and that's what I like. So hopefully we see that in this game.
Yeah. Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for coming, Inferno. I really appreciate this. It was great to have you. We had some good talks, and yeah, hopefully we can have you more around more often to talk about other weapons. We're both sword shield guys. You're also a bow. I mean, I could learn a bit about light bow gun from you because I don't know anything. You could teach me some stuff, so that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Thanks for having me, man. Yeah. Definitely love to join some more discussions. As we get more into worlds, and yeah, I can definitely teach you some things about gunning. Yeah.
Sweet, that'd be great, man. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Stick to the channel. We're gonna have some more videos coming out on Friday. We got a special video about stream. Inferno, you're gonna want to watch that video because that video is gonna be pretty crazy. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you a hint. It's about a hacker. It's about a hacker. I, I
Oh.
I don't know if you know what it's about. People who are there in that stream, you know what it's about. Um, it's gonna be very interesting. But yeah.
Mm.
All right, next time I'll catch you guys on Friday for the next episode and Sunday streams. And yeah, catch you guys next time. See ya.
Peace.